just around the shaft.
Testicles.
Yeah, it needs to go around them.
It's balls.
So it traps blood in there, so it can help you maintain an erection, but also increases. Some say it increases sensitivity because, if you can get a full-on erection and then put it on, sometimes the blood being trapped there kind of increases sensitivity a little bit.
Mm-hmm. This one's called like the dolphin. It just went around the base. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then it like vibrator thing, and then like it was the shape of a dolphin. The dolphin nose is supposed to be like on her clit.
Yeah. So that's a little different.
That's a special one.
I mean, that was a different one, obviously. I mean, that thing was. She called it a cock ring. I didn't really know much about it at the time.
So for the one that we read earlier that talked about,
Google
what was that one? Not being able to
orgasm.
Yes. I had a question. Golly. How can someone obtain more sensitivity?
Like through a surgery?
I don't know. Is that possible?
Some people say that Viagra helps with sensitivity, but that's not really what it's designed to do. When somebody's asking me how do I increase sensitivity, I always try to ask, okay, well let's look at this as not just a physical issue. There are other things going on in your sexual response problem. Your sexual response issues, your desire process, which is a psychologically and emotionally driven as well as physically driven. And so let's look at the other kind of pressure points, if you want to call it that, about what turns you on, and not just think of it as a physical process. And so, but yeah, I think there are things out there that you can try to increase stimulation, toys being included, vibration, all these kinds of interesting sensations.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. I started laughing because my friend, she's older, and her boyfriend used Viagra, but he could not get soft.
Yeah.
Couldn't get soft?
Yes, for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then his heart started hurting real bad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Tell him to stop. We had a doctor on a month ago.
Got all the Viagra and Cialis.
Dr. Lamar hooked us up with some Cialis.
I've used a little bit, but not a lot. Before the Cialis, I remember the first time I took it, my friend's like, oh, dude, just take a half of it because you'll be up all night just going at it for 8 hours. I'm like, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I took a half, and nothing happened.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, what the hell? Well, I guess I'm going to take the full thing. And I was like,
oh,
my God!
I still haven't tried the Viagra yet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I did.
It's a common misconception about Viagra is it doesn't really increase libido. Like, it doesn't do anything for your arousal, like, desire process. It just helps the actual physical functioning of getting and maintaining an erection flow better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of in colloquial terms.
It doesn't make you horny. It just makes your...
Right. It just makes it work, kind of a thing.
But why couldn't he go down?
Because that's why. It's because it's not attached to his desire or his want to have sex. It's just happening. And so he probably took a little too much. He needed to maybe cut the pill in half or maybe even to a quarter. Yeah.
He almost died from that.
Yeah. That's scary.
Now, I'm going to lie. There was this pill.
I'd be like, let's do it, baby. I'm about to die.
Someone told me about this pill at one of the porn stores or whatever. It's spelled Puhk, which I called it the Fook pill, but the girl at the shop said, no, it's the fuck pill. And I was like, oh, okay. This, what is this, supplement or whatever, but man, this pill was amazing.
Was it?
The wind blew and things were talking to me.
Interesting.
It was amazing. My jeans rub up against it was on.
Yeah. Do you know what was in it?
Horny goat weed.
Huh.
You ever heard of that?
No.
Oh,
Can you get that at Whole Foods?
I don't know.
That's really funny. Probably. Who knows? You can get everything at Whole Foods.
I'm serious.
You said horny goat weed or honey goat weed?
Horny goat weed.
Oh, I was
hey, can you Google
get
horny
some
goat
cheese?
Weed?
Put some honey on it, on top of some wheat bread.
Try it. Get back to us. It may be.
It's already in there. We've obviously I remember we searched
the
it a couple
best
times.
is his or her KY. That's the best. Have you heard
horny
that?
goat weed.
Yeah.
It's also a recovery.
For real, that's the best stuff.
I know we looked this up on the details about it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's some kind of recovery stuff too.
Recovery of what?
I don't know. It shows recovery. It just says recovery.
There's a whole bottle of just the. It's actually within this product. I didn't know there was a whole bottle of it by itself. Hey, it's by Twin Lab. But I'm telling you, the pill was amazing. They took it off the market because they said it was too close to Viagra.
Oh,
really? There's a powder, extract.
And I've never been able to find anything similar.
I'm curious.
Huh.
I wouldn't mind doing the extract.
So you just need to look for the ingredient.
Well, yeah. And I always recommend, don't take these things blindly. Talk to your doctor, all that kind of stuff about what it is that you're doing to your body. But hey, experiment.
Yeah. You think so? You know what? A lot of women, I know for real, a lot of women, this not me, y'all. A lot of women have problems with different type of dildos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the latex, like they'll get
their sensitivities.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think you should go to the doctor first and like, can I use a latex dildo?
Well,
you would know if you're allergic to it, wouldn't you?
Until
they wouldn't
you use
necessarily be able to tell you. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Only one way to know.
It's unfortunately one of those things you learn through experience.
This isn't me, although.
That's not me.
I like those. Disclaimer there.
Do just a tip and see what happens.
That's what I do anyways. I don't have time because you know what? Carpal tunnel is real, okay?
It is real.
And that right there,
What do you mean?
using them things, is just too much.
You get carpal tunnel from vibrators?
I feel like if you doing all that, if you like shoving it and keep on shoving it, like your wrist start to hurt. It's just too much.
It's good
I
exercise.
braid hair, okay?
My aunt and uncle used to be swingers, and I know they were. I think they still are. One time, girlfriend at the time, I went up there in the mountains in California to go visit them. My girlfriend and my aunt start talking about vibrators. I'm like, what the hell y'all talking about? It was a long distance relationship, so she's like, I'm going to send you something while Scott's out of town. I'm like, what the heck, aunt? I'm not going to say her name. I don't know if that matters anyway. Sue, what the hell are you doing? You're going to freaking cut me out of the picture. She's gonna be like, oh, I don't need it anymore. I get this freaking thing.
Why do guys think that?
And it's the same. I mean, masculinity thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's called a rabbit. Look at this thing. Like you don't have to have carpal tunnel. You just shove it.
Yeah, that's the
just
top one.
16 functions.
Just leave. Just leave the thing in there. It'll do itself.
It does.
Like,
it got the balls in there. And
it's
stuff.
got like look at that thing. Like I'm not mechanically inclined down there like that.
And the little things, those little bunny
It's
rabbit
got a
ears.
remote control.
That's for the clitoris.
That's the super rabbit. And it's only $50.
I've seen the vagina. I know the parts by now. Yeah, I know that's for the clitoris.
I'm
Well,
just
good
saying.
for you. A lot of men don't. So.
Really?
I
How?
Do you get a lot in there?
I got one of these thingies. The girlfriend and I use
you
that.
get a lot of men
little,
that say that
little
just don't
finger
know?
thingy.
Yeah. I
Really?
mean, think about it. We don't teach people in school what these things are. So.
There are a lot of men don't know what a clitoris is.
Right. There are a lot of women that don't know what a clitoris is.
What?
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna just say this. This not me, y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all this.
Always a
The
disclaimer.
one thing, using a dildo, and it helps you be familiar with yourself.
Absolutely.
Seriously, so you can be like, you know what? I like it like
Just
this.
masturbation in general, I
Right.
think, is a healthy thing and should be encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
I think people should masturbate without that, like just with their finger, because then they really get comfortable.
Yeah,
with-
learn your body, understand it.
Seriously, I for real feel like that.
Yeah,
For real, y'all.
it's good advice.
For real.
And they have the common sense, condom sense. Y'all hear me? Right there for Collins.
Uh-huh.
They got a sale going on.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
I really appreciate how you have all of this knowledge to share. That's really
I
great.
got friends. I
But look how. Why is that? Oh, it's a rabbit head.
Do you have a toy drawer?
do. Yes.
Thing. Okay. Don't lie on the SmackTalk, man.
I have a toy drawer. I think everybody should have one.
I mean, I go to little pleasure parties. They're fun.
All right, my girlfriend mentioned a toy for me. I just don't see it. I would rather just use my hand. I don't know.
Look at this thing.
But my boyfriend hates the toys. Like,
Yeah.
the lady who coaches the pleasure parties, she was like, you should use them, like just the tip of them, like whenever you're having sex. And I did that before, and he just went like all the way down.
Look how much it vibrates. Like,
I
look at
don't
the
know why.
ears.
Yeah.
But it's like a competition.
Yeah.
There's no way I can compete with that.
No, I'd have no problem.
Look how much it vibrates. Like, it
You
just
don't have a
bigger.
problem with it, Nick?
No,
See-
not at all.
See, this
You
is
shouldn't.
this is one of the major problems that people come to me with is that they believe, as you know, so many men do, that the
Can't compete.
penis is the center of sex.
Right.
You know, that if it's not hard or if it's not penetrating in the right way, then sex is ruined forever. You know, or at least in that moment, and that's a ridiculous expectation. And I think, but we teach men that this is what sex is that it's penetration-centric, that if you don't have a big enough one, that if it doesn't stay hard long enough, or if you come too fast or whatever, that, sex is ruined. But really, sex is bigger than that.
Right.
And it should be bigger than that. And I think these dildos just kind of point to that process.
I love this
There's
video.
a lot of different things that could be happening in sex that I think you're missing out on if you're just making the penis.
Oh, I
the
know,
center
but
of it all.
this thing is just immaculate.
Wow,
That's
what
true.
a word.
Look at that thing.
Yeah,
For
they
a
have great
vibrator.
commercials for these things.
4 stars. Which one's got the 5
You know
stars?
what? The best one, y'all, if y'all women out there listening, the best one,
You heard from a friend.
my friend told me. The ones that you stick on the shower wall.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those are the best
Have the
ones. My
suction
friend
cups.
broke hers. And I promise y'all, this not me for real. She broke it in half. I promise.
How's that all go? What's the
Does it
process of
vibrate
y'all
too,
do?
or-
What is the process of y'all doing?
It doesn't
using
even
those?
vibrate. Like it's just a
So
big
that's
old,
just a dildo.
You just
It's just a
twerk
big old
on it.
dildo.
You just
Yeah.
twerk on it in the shower.
that you can learn how to throw it back on that thing. Practice
Speaking
in
of
the
throwing
shower.
back, right?
I can get that for my girlfriend for
Yeah.
Christmas.
You could just
I think
stick it anywhere. Like you can stick it on the shower. You can stick it on the refrigerator door.
Like, here, babe, you can practice in the morning
Yeah, it's
while
a
I'm
suction
right.
cup.
Do not stick that
I'm
on my
just saying.
refrigerator.
Why you at work?
My girlfriend would be a jerk. Would probably stick it on my forehead or something. Here, I'm gonna sit on your face. All right, fair enough.
I just can't imagine coming home and she's cooking and she's up against the refrigerator. That just does nothing for me.
She's cooking.
The
I'm like,
cabinet.
What the hell? What are you doing?
What do you call those things? Just sticky vibrators? I don't
It's
know.
like it has like a suction cup at the end.
suction. cup
Shower
thing.
dildos.
See what I mean? The show gets out of hand. I'm lost now. Hey, Scott, were there any more of those questions on there we need to get to?
Hold on, I'm looking up shower dildo right now. Shower dildo.
Hey, if you could send a question in, please give us a call.
That's
if we
all it
haven't
is. I
gotten
mean,
to-
it's not anything crazy, is it?
That's all it is.
It's
It-
literally
but,
just a suction cup on the back.
but it helps
I've
you
seen
learn how to
them
like
in
ride.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Wow.
Do you have a lot of people that say their girlfriend can't ride?
Among other complaints, yeah, absolutely.
See, that's
Mine knows
terrible.
what she's doing. She must have had one of these before me.
I'm telling
And
y'all.
it really is a sex education issue. It's like we don't talk about these things. We don't think about what it is that we need to be learning about our bodies and learning about how to do these things safely. And unfortunately, it's just kind of left up to personal experience. And I'm personally a big proponent of sex education. And
Me too, because
Yeah,
just in high school, like not high school. Is it the sex class in high school? Well, wherever class is, they just tell you use
Briefly.
a condom
Don't do it.
and don't do it. But
Right.
if we are going to do it, you
And
can
we
at least
are.
tell us how to ride.
No.
Give us the basics about how our bodies work and what.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's much better than
It's
this
terrible.
whole idea of just abstinence.
Yeah,
Screw that.
man. What a,
Who is abstinent? Like, come on.
what a show.
I tried to wait till I was married.
So tell me this.
I did
Here's
too.
a question for you. Do parents bring kids into therapy to
Yeah.
learn about sex?
Yeah, absolutely.
If
Oh,
you, I
really?
would think if you were
Smart.
afraid to have that talk, you would get some help.
Yeah, absolutely. And
That's a cool idea.
I see a lot of teenagers for lots of different things, but sexuality being one of them. And I really do that in a family context. It's like, let's all talk about sex and what it means and what its role is in families. And I think that's a really healthy way of approaching it, and I think a really safe way to make it safe for everyone.
Right.
That we're not, sex education isn't about being as explicit and telling you all the options out there.
Mhm.
It's really helping you understand what your boundaries are and what your limits are and how to approach and not just do sex better, but actually have a healthy view of what sex is. And I think that's really where sex education fails us in this society, is that we don't talk about what sex is and what it means and how to have a healthy view of it.
Gotcha.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I
It can
do
be.
sex with you.
It
Sex is
is.
beautiful.
It can also be a very, very dark thing. We see it a sexual assault and all of these, and rape.
Right,
And
it
we have
can.
such a rape-centric culture, one of those things. And I think one of the reasons is because of sex education is so lacking, that we don't teach people how to view sex in a healthy way. And we just see it as this, get off and run kind of thing.
Right. It shouldn't be like that.
But I'm telling you, women are freaks these days to me. It's so different.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them like the whole
They-
rape type of thing. I don't
They're
know,
just
man.
more
Like their hair
open.
pulled
They've
and
been
smacked
freaks.
and-
They just more open, right?
Yeah, that we were talking about that. The women are, I think, in our culture are becoming less a sex object and more of a being able to be the proponents of sex and being the initiators of sex and talking about sex in good ways and asking for sex and expressing their needs. And I think it's a really good thing for us. and we're just figuring out how to do it.
So, Lee, would you come back and talk to us about, what is it, BS&M? How do you say that?
BDSM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
interesting.
Be fun.